Got some news and updates for you guys. You all know how I like my news and notes. I like them too much. What's up, Finn fans? So I got Chris Grier was at the owners meeting in Arizona. He talked about a few things, so I just want to tell you guys what he talked about, my thoughts on what he had to say about certain things. But before I get into that, there were some things that happened, like Rob Gronkowski retiring. And my reaction to Rob Gronkowski retiring is, we'll see. We'll see. The guy's saying he's done, and his agent is saying he's done. I told him that he, wait out and see what happens after the spring when preseason comes in. He's like, no, I'm done. I'm done. I'll believe it when he's not on the field. He's going to come back. This happens every year where he's like, I'm done. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh, I'm not done. I can play. I just had a few more beers. I had a few more beers than me, and I could do it now. Throw me a beer. I got no shirt on. Hey, I'm Rob Gronkowski. I'm an idiot. But Rob Gronkowski retired. I will say about that. So that's that one news. Everyone's like, oh, one of the greatest tight ends of all time. For me, it's like Shannon Sharp, I think, is better. Ozzie Newsome, I think, is better. Also played in our harder decade. The best tight end of all time is Tony Gonzalez. You don't even at me at it. Tony Gonzalez is better than Rob Gronkowski, hands down better than Rob Gronkowski, all right? It's not even like the whole debate between Randy Moss and Jerry Rice. Tony Gonzalez is Rob Gronkowski. Don't even. So that happened. And then it was announced that the Packers will be traveling to Chicago to face the Bears for the opening Thursday night game. I think it was September 5th. And that's precedent because normally the Super Bowl winner has the home opener Thursday night. But being that it's the 100th NFL season, and it's the 100th season for the Chicago Bears, and it's the 101 season for the Green Bay Packers, they're having those guys open up the season in Chicago. The Patriots will be doing a Sunday night game, and that's when they get to hoist their stupid-ass Super Bowl trophy. All the Patriots fans are going to be in here like, hey, we got them. We got 5 rings. How many rings do you have? Oh, 2. We got 5. Not like we needed some help with some of them, like a tuck rule or anything like that. So Saturday night, Patriots will have their home opener. But the home opener for the season is Packers versus Bears, which I think is pretty cool. It's the 100th season. Have some of the OG football teams get thrown in there, do their thing. Real nice. So that's what I got for you in the outside world of Dolphin Town. Now let's talk about Dolphin Town. Chris Grier was in Arizona for the owners meeting. They corralled him. They grabbed his ass. I got some questions for you. And they asked him a bunch of questions. One of them being about Xavier Howard. It's the same thing he said at the Combine, and it's the same thing he's going to keep saying until the deal gets done. Essentially, he's been meeting with his agent, talks. They want to keep him. They would love to keep him. He wants to stay in Miami. Contract. It's all about contract, this, and that, blah, 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 blah. If it can get done, it'll get done. Hopefully it can get done, I can honestly see the contract getting done after the draft, probably during OTAs and training camp. I could see the contract getting done and Xavier Howard getting a contract extension. If not, he would have been traded by now because they're trading everyone. Like everyone. So I could see Xavier Howard getting re-signed, like I said, after the draft. Right now they're focusing on the draft. They're focusing on their players. They're focused on trading players that they want to get rid of. I'll talk about that in about 2 seconds. So I can see that happening. Second thing he talked about was loss of Jajuan James. He says it was a huge blow for the team because it creates another hole they needed to fill. They wanted to bring back Jajuan James. They wanted to re-sign Jajuan James, but they didn't want to re-sign him to the ridiculous contract he signed with the Denver Broncos. So that's why he was like, it sucked that we lost him, but Denver paid a pretty penny for him, and that's just how the cookie crumbles. So he said it sucks because there's another opening. I wouldn't, now I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, Jesse Davis sucks, because I'm about to say I wouldn't mind seeing Jesse Davis at right tackle, because we had Jesse Davis playing at guard when his actual position is right tackle. So we'll see how if things pan out. We'll see how the draft goes. But I wouldn't mind seeing Jesse Davis at right tackle. We'll see what happens, what pans out. But yeah, that's that. Then he brings up Robert Quinn because Robert Quinn is now in New Orleans meeting with the Saints. So I remember when you guys asked me, how is it okay for a player that's on contract for a team to be going around visiting these other teams? And that's because the team that he's on contract with or under contract with is allowing him to go visit these other teams. So he met with the Dallas Cowboys, had a great time. They went out to dinner. They had a great time. They talked about things, reminisced about nothing because I don't know if he knows anyone there. But, had a great time, left there. Then he's now with New Orleans, meeting with them. I'm hearing that the holdup is the money situation. And it's not about his contract now, because I think he's due like $12.9 million or something now. It's about future contracts with the team that he wants to go to. But Chris Grier also said that a couple of teams have reached out to him about Robert Quinn. So it might not only be between the Saints and the Cowboys. If the Dolphins have to pay about $3-4 million of his contract to get a high pick, we'll do it. I don't care. We got a fourth, and we paid $5 million of Ryan Tannehill's $7 million, but we still saved $33 million. Let's see how it goes. But I would like them, if they could get a fourth for Robert Quinn, I'd be happy. Fourth this year or fourth next year, I'd be extremely happy. And the fact that it's been, like Chris Grier said, that multiple teams are interested. Maybe there's a bidding war going. Maybe we can spruce it up. Maybe we can get like a fifth this year, a fourth next year, something like that. We'll see what happens with the whole Robert Quinn situation. Again, what I'm hearing is it all relies around the money, and that's why it's being held up. Chris Grier also brings up the fact that he talks about Ryan Tannehill. He talks about how Ryan Tannehill got blamed for a lot of things that weren't his fault. He was a hard worker, this, and that, everything that we all know, except for the people that really hate Ryan Tannehill and just blindly hate him and don't see the good that he did with this team. But he said the one mistake he did was he never brought in competition for Ryan Tannehill, and he never brought in a potential replacement if Ryan Tannehill did fall on his face, which he kind of did a few times. But with Ryan Tannehill, I feel like if they would have brought in some competition with him, a second-round draft pick at a quarterback or something, I think it would have pushed Ryan Tannehill to be a little bit better, because you notice that even when Joe Philman started losing his faith in Ryan Tannehill, and when Joe Philman was like, well, we'll see who the starter is going to be, that's when Ryan Tannehill really started to play his best. When you put a fire under his ass, he played the best. No one ever put a fire under Ryan Tannehill's ass, and he never ended up really playing too great. And, he's on to bigger and better things. So he just brought that up. Then they asked him about Ryan Fitzpatrick, and he says that Ryan Fitzpatrick knows that any team he would have went to, especially this team, he's not in discussion for future or long-term solution for the team. He's a 15-year quarterback. He's a bridge quarterback right now, maybe 2 years, and then move on from him. So he already knows that. And then the other fits that they were talking about, he says it's up to Flores on if he's going to stay at corner or safety. But as of right now, he says he's deferring it to Flores' decision. So we don't know where Mika Fitzpatrick is playing, safety or corner. We don't know. So it's daytime. And that's because this is being put directly in the middle of the video or at the end of Grier's video, because Brian Flores met with the media during the owners meeting today, and I want to tell you guys about that. So I didn't want to make a second video, so I'm just putting it directly in the middle of Chris Grier's video. So essentially, it's a new day. I look like crap, but let's go. So Brian Flores met with the media. He says that he can honestly see the Dolphins drafting a quarterback this year and next year. But again, don't look into it as he's going to draft a quarterback first round this year. It's just competition. So again, think of like a Will Grier in the third round or someone like that in the third, fourth round later on, because they're really, I'll get to him talking about the offensive line and the defensive lines. Then there's this tweet where it's a video of Bill Belichick coming over, kind of like patting Brian Flores, and he's saying, this is the fun part. Essentially, sarcasm and saying that talking to the media sucks. But he seems to be doing good with talking to the media. He's excited to work with Charles Harris. You're going to notice a trend in the people and the players he's talking about. They are versatile. But with Charles Harris, I think he's excited to work with him because he knows where to put him and he knows how to use him properly. Again, we drafted a 3-4 outside linebacker and put him at 4-3 defensive end. It just didn't make any sense. So they're going to use him correctly finally, and I'm very excited to see what Flores can do with Charles Harris in a position that he played in college. Like, I don't understand why they did that and completely switched him out. And then he did the normal spiel, the best 11 will make it on the field, competition, this, and that. The normal head coach, rah-rah stuff. He also said he envisions Kiko Alonso being on the team, being on the roster. Now, does that necessarily mean that he'll be on the roster or be on the team? But he envisions Kiko Alonso being on the team. And he also talked about at some points, you'll have all 4-3 linebackers being on the field. At some points, you will have no linebackers being on the field. And that really reiterates, it's a running trend in some of the things that I've noticed from his press conference, the fluidity of this defense, of how 4-3, 3-4, 5-2, 6 corners on the field, safeties in the box playing linebacker, hybrid stuff. You're going to notice that because he talks about 2 other players, and he brings up the whole point of them being football players, but I'll get to that in a second. He also says there's a lot of ways to rush the passer. There's a lot of different ways to get to the passer. So it not necessarily has to be defensive ends and defensive tackles, blitzes, nano blitzes, gap blitzes, different types of blitzes. So again, he keeps bringing up different ways of getting to the quarterback, different ways of using players. Mika Fitzpatrick, he talks about him. Everyone keeps asking him, is he your corner? Is he your safety? He said he's a football player. Loves the versatility of him. You could take him, you could put him at corner, you can put him at safety, you can put him at slot corner. You can put him all over the field. Again, fluidity on the defense. His defense is going to make the offense think and be like, well, what are they running? There's no linebackers on the field. So let's run the ball. But then all of a sudden you have TJ McDonald in there stopping the run, Rashad Jones in there stopping the run, fast, quick linebacker type players. And then he talks about TJ McDonald and how versatile that guy is, how he could play safety, how he could be in the box, how he could be linebacker. I honestly envision that's what the Dolphins are going to do with this defense, is at some point you're going to have no linebackers on the field, but you're going to have TJ McDonald and Rashad Jones and maybe even Mika Fitzpatrick in the linebacker position, and then having some of these corners at safety, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, what? You got that speed, you got that versatility at linebacker to cover the tight ends, to get after the running back, to cover the running backs. So this defense is going to be really sick and really dangerous. I'm really excited about, especially what Flores is talking about, how all these players are versatile, how he wants to keep it fluid, how all this scheme talk. It's going to be really excited to see. He also talks about the depth at tight end and how tight ends are going to be blocking. They're going to be put their bodies on the line. If you guys remember last year, we had Marquise Gray, he goes down. We had Derby, he went down. All of a sudden we had no tight ends. And now all of a sudden we have 5 tight ends, and everyone's like, why do we have so many tight ends? It's because injuries happen, especially for tight ends that are going to be blocking in multiple tight end sets that we're going to be running. You want to have tight ends. He also talks about competition, not only with the tight ends, but within the team itself. Competition yields competitive players, and that's what he wants. We would probably have 7 tight ends. We might have, 4 quarterbacks, right? 4 quarterbacks. But you know what I'm talking about? Bring in competition. Keep drafting a quarterback. Keep bringing in people. No one's job is safe. And that makes people push harder and be better and makes this team better. He says he's emphasizing the O-line. He says the O-line is incredibly important. It protects and it, involves the run game. And he says that's nearest and dearest to him, which it's nearest and dearest to anyone who plays football. You have to have this D-line and this O-line be great and be stacked. So you really need, the fact that he's emphasizing on the O-line and the D-line makes me happy because that's what we need to build off of. I know a lot of you guys want a quarterback in the first round, but it just doesn't make any sense to draft a quarterback in the first round for him to be a David Carr, who had no offensive line, got sacked over 200 sometimes, and his career was crap. If he actually played behind a good offensive line and behind a good defense, he probably would have had a better career than he did. Then he started listing off the running backs. He said Balaj, Drake, And then he didn't really list any more running backs, and that's because that's the only running backs we have on the team right now. But he says he likes Drake. He says last time he saw Drake, it hurt him, Miami Miracle, all that stuff. And then he brought up the whole tanking situation, how he thinks it's disrespectful. You know, this is a competitive game. He's going out there to win. It's a rebuild. It's not a tank. The stuff I've been saying. But, you know, with this fan base, it's split 50-50. Some of you guys think he's tanking. Some of you guys don't like the words tanking. They think it's a rebuild. Let's just agree that the future looks bright. That's what I'm getting, and that's what I like. So that's what Brian Flores has to say. Now let's get to your comment of the day, which is going to go back to the nighttime, and then I have some more things to talk to you about. See you in the past. Let me comment below. Let me know what you guys think about the Packers-Bears opening the season. If you guys like the tradition, because they are like some of the oldest teams in the NFL, and it is the 100th season of the NFL. Let me know what you think about everything that Chris Grier had to say, from Xavier Howard, he's trying to re-sign him, to the loss of Jajuan James and how much that sucked, to multiple teams acquiring for Robert Quinn, and what you guys think we should get for Robert Quinn. Now, be realistic, because a lot of you guys were like, bag of peanuts. We're probably going to get like a 5th or a 4th for Robert Quinn, especially because we have 2 teams fighting over the rights to Robert Quinn. So let me know what you guys think that the Dolphins could potentially get for Robert Quinn. Let me know what you guys think of his saying about the mistake of not bringing a competition for Ryan Tannehill, and the Fitzes, Minka and Ryan. Let me know what you guys think, and let me get to your guys' comment of the day. This one comes from Jacob, and he asked me, great video, thank you, greatly appreciate it. Do you think we could get Nick Bosa? Now, I have had a few of you guys, especially this was my video for my D-line and my D-tackle video. And for one, let me correct something, because a lot of you guys who are Florida State fans, because I know that there's a huge rivalry between the Florida Gators and Florida State fans, and I said that Brian Burns was from Florida. I didn't specify Florida State or the Florida Gators. Now, I'm not from Florida. I'm from Jersey. I'm also not that into college football. When I said Florida, if I meant the Florida Gators, I would have said Florida Gators. When I said Florida, Florida State, because it's the state of Florida. So when I said Florida, it's Florida State. But a lot of you guys were like, "Whoa!" So I just want to reiterate, he's from Florida State, not the Florida Gators, okay? But he's asking me about potentially getting Nick Bosa. You would have to... Nick Bosa, Josh Allen, and Quinn Williams, if Kyler Murray wasn't in this draft, would be 1, 2, and 3. So to get these types of players, you'd have to trade into the top 3, top 4, and to go from 13 to 3, 4, 1, 2, 2, 3, or 4, you're giving up this year's draft and you're giving up next year's draft. You're giving up a lot of 1s and a lot of 2s. I honestly cannot see the Dolphins trading up to get anybody at this point. They're really building for the future, and to build for the future, you need a lot of draft picks. Look at the Oakland Raiders. They have 3 this year. Giants have 2. Browns had multiples in years before. I'm going to do a video. This video is probably going to come out because probably Thursday, about my plan with the Dolphins and drafting and all that stuff. But for Nick Bosa, he's out of the realm. It's just like Kyler Murray's out of the realm. Haskins starts to seem like he's more in the realm of falling to 13, but then comes around the thought of process of, do you take a quarterback with that 13th pick? Do you trade down? Do you build up the lines? All that stuff. But again, I'm going to make that video probably for Thursday, talking about my mentality about what I would do draft-wise with the Dolphins. But thank you so much for the comment of the day. Be sure, guys, to comment below. Let me know. So, real quick, I just want to touch on a subject real quick. In Saturday's video, in the video before that, I asked you guys, if you hit 250, I'll do a giveaway. You guys hit 360. I don't even know where it's at now. So we're going to do a giveaway. And Saturday, I said I don't know what I'm going to give away. And then I told you guys I'd make a video Monday, and now it's Tuesday. Sorry, it's late. Crazy things happen. So I was thinking, I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm doing the giveaway. I'm going to get your guys' opinion on what to give away. So I have something coming when somebody reached out to me from Cutout Creations, right? There's these really cool guys that cut, metal designs out. They're sending me something really cool that they're making specifically for me. I'm going to be hanging it behind me. I'll put the website below. If you go check them out, it's really cool. When it's behind me, I'll talk about it more, and you can see what they made, and then you can really, if you like that, go see what they can do. But they're called Cutout Creations. They're going to be making something for me. So if you like something that I'm getting for myself, maybe I'll do that as a giveaway. Or I was thinking of getting a t-shirt, a Miami Dolphins t-shirt made, a custom one, and I'll put your name on the back, or I'll put DDW or DouglieDoWrong on the back, and we'll pick out a number for whoever wins. Now, when it comes to picking out the winner, that's where I'm having a hard time of doing it. You obviously have to be subscribed. You obviously have to comment. And then I don't know what the other criteria is, but those are the top two. You have to be subscribed to the channel, and you have to comment on the video that I tell you guys, look, this is for the giveaway. But I'm just giving you guys an update. I am doing the giveaway. I really appreciate you guys helping me break 4,000. I think I'm at like 4,060 now, which it just keeps growing. And it's just blowing my mind how amazing you guys are at subbing and spreading the news of this channel and getting that stuff out there. So I just wanted to give you guys an update on the giveaway. The giveaway is happening. It's going to happen before the end of the week. I'm going to have everything done. But again, I have some really cool art coming to me from Cutout Creations. If you guys are watching it, thank you guys so much for helping me get this artwork. I'm looking forward to getting it and having it hanging behind me so people can get some stuff from you as well. So yeah, now into my spiel. Follow me on Twitter. A lot of the stuff that I've been talking about today gets out quicker on Twitter, so be sure to follow me on Twitter. You guys I'm almost at 5,000. I wish. I'm almost at 500 followers. So a lot of you guys are following me on Twitter, so be sure to go out, check me out, follow me on Twitter. Also, check out the Bit Boys. I'm wearing the t-shirts. We got merch. If you guys want a shirt, let me know, and I'll see if I can get that stuff going. I'm trying to get merch for myself going. It's a long process. All of this stuff is a long process. But go ahead, go check it out. We're playing Devil May Cry. We're playing Resident Evil. We're going to be playing so many games. When the new Madden comes out in August, we're going to be doing that more frequently on that channel. I'm thinking about maybe doing Madden on this channel. Let me know if you want that, or if you just want me to talk about Dolphin football. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, because this is this is the time of year it gets real dead, real quiet. This is the time of year the rumors come out. So if you start hearing the Dolphins are interested in so-and-so, the Dolphins want to draft so-and-so, don't believe it, because this is where it gets quiet. But this is where I can start giving you news. I can start giving you my opinions. I'm going to start doing mock drafts and stuff like that. So give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already, because I just told you, I got a ton of stuff done. And if you're not subscribed, you can't be a part of the giveaway. So be subscribed if you want to get in the giveaway. You don't got to pay for anything. You just got to be subscribed. How hard is that? I will see you guys on Thursday with it's like my Dolphin, like what they should do type video, like what I think the Dolphins should do in the draft scenario type video. So I'll see you guys on Thursday, but like usual, stay classy and fins up.